everyone, this is Eli from checkit.com here with an After Effects tutorial on everyone's second favorite day of the week, Effects Friday. And today we're going over whatever you guys saw in the intro. And I'm pretty sure we're going over, glossy text today with a kind of cool spin on it. But, I mean, you never know what I'm going to be creating. I'm going to be creating it here in After Effects from scratch, so... I don't know what it's going to turn out like. You guys do, so you guys can technically see the future. It's kind of like a paradox here. But, yeah, if my computer starts lagging and stuff, it's because, I'm installing Battlefield 3. We just bought Premium Edition with all that crap. My name's Caucasian Blur if you want to add me and play with me. That sounds dirty, but whatever. Okay, let's get into the tutorial. I always get sidetracked. I'm very sorry. Alright, so let's create the glossy text. So the first thing we're going to do is create a composition by clicking that little button down there. And let's call this Glossy. And we'll make it, let's just make it a 5. No, 6. 6-second intro. Hit OK. And now let's right click. And the first thing I'm going to do is create a background, of course. So let's hit a solid and call it BG. And what should we make it? Let's make it a nice white background. Make it beautiful. And then let's add a vignette on top of it because it'd be boring without a VGA. Am I right? Am I right, haters? Alright, so let's call it VGA. I'm just doing the same thing again. I created another blank solid, but this time it is a black solid, not to be racist. Now go up to this little button up here, the rectangular tool, and we're going to go down to the ellipse tool, double click the ellipse tool, then we're actually going to invert it, and we're going to drop down the mask options, and we're going to turn up that feather like crazy. And that actually looks pretty good, but what we're going to do is maybe turn up the expansion a little bit, and then we're going to hit T for the opacity. We're just going to turn it down, maybe not that much. That looks good to me. Alright, so that's already looking pretty clean. So let's jump into actually creating the text. So just right click down here again and do text. I don't know if you guys saw that. I'm doing this kind of fast because I'm just doing it in my head right now. So new text and we're good. So here it is. What just happened? I'm just going to delete it. Right click, new text. Boom. Now we can type it. So let's just, what are we going to say? Let's call it check it. And select it, of course. And let's make it black. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. And now hit S with the layer select, and we're going to scale her way up. It's looking pretty good. Let's grab the move tool, move her to the middle. Why am I calling it her? It might be a man. I'm not sexist either. I know how you guys are. And now let's duplicate it by hitting Control D, and to make like a nice reflection down here, because that's just what we're gonna do. It'll just make it look a lot more elegant. Let's go to the scale, untoggle that, and we will do -490. And that just flipped it upside down. And now let's just call this reflection. Wow, this is exciting. You guys have never really created something from scratch with me before, have you? This is brand new. It's pretty cool. So now let's create a mask. Let's just grab the rectangular tool up here. And with reflection selected, let's click and drag up here. And let's grab the right underneath there. And let's invert the mask. And then turn up the feather a lot. There we go. Now we're starting to kind of get the effect we want. Maybe grab the move tool. Select this. Drag her down. It's too close right now, so let's do this. Really expand it a lot. Now zoom back in, and that, my friends, is looking awesome. So now with the reflection selected, hit T, and we'll also bring down the opacity on that. Maybe to about 41%. Yeah. I mean, that alone already looks super clean, but we're going to take it a step further. So, how are we going to, what do we want to do to this, guys? Let's go up to effect. Let's put a nice gradient on the actual text. So go to generate and let's go to ramp. And now with the colors, let's make the top one let's make the top one a kind of light gray. And hit OK. Make the bottom one black. And then what we want to do is grab the top, bring it down. I'm actually going to zoom in using the scroll wheel. You see that? Actually, I'm going to drag the top one up just so I can actually see. Now zoom in. And now let's just get a nice effect that we want to see. So, actually want to drag that down a little bit. Yeah. That's looking pretty freaking clean. I like how that's looking a lot. So now, a glossy look. How we want to achieve that is we want to go new. We want to go a new solid. Actually, how do we? There's multiple ways to do this. I mean, you could always do the new solid and then just create a mask for it. But let's actually duplicate the check it and call this glossy tits. Glossy tits. Because that's it's funny. That's funny. Delete the ramp. Oh gosh, what am I saying right now? Okay, so now what we want to do is go up to effect, and we're gonna make this. Man, there's so many ways to do this. How do I want to do this? Let's go over actually to here and make this white instead of just doing a fill. And now let's actually grab the pen tool instead. Goodness, there's so many ways to do this effect. Let's zoom in, and with glossy tits selected, let's just click and drag all over the place, kind of give it a nice. Now let's go to the C and give it a nice curve, but then switch it up. Whoa, no, don't want that. Forgot to tell you, when you go to here, wait, how do you do that? What is that? Brandon taught me this actually. Let's actually grab, what is it, space? No? Oh my goodness, looking like a noob right now. Is it control? No, it's got to be alt. There we go. It is alt. If you want to manipulate this other point when you're doing the pen tool, you just hold alt and then you can move it around. So now let's bring that up there and then click up here and actually just create a different kind of look right about there. So now the transition's like check it, boom, and then it goes up. It's pretty cool. So there we go. And now what we're going to want to do is I'm going to turn off, if you click this button right here, it toggles the mask view, so now I can actually see what I'm dealing with here. I mean, this alone, guys, you can hit T and bring it down and it'll look like a glossy look, but I want to take it a step further. I want to go up to layer, actually no, effect, and I want to generate another ramp. And I want it to start with white at the bottom, and then I want it to go up to black or gray or whatever you really want. I'll just make it a dark color so you guys don't hate me. And now we're going to click this, bring it down, same thing with this right here, bring it up, and now we can get a way more realistic looking glossy look. So where is it? There's the ramp. You got to click the ramp if you want to mess with it. So I'm going to bring it right up to the bottom. And there we go. Now it has a nice frosted tip right there. That sounded kind of homosexual. It's all good. I have nothing against the gays. And I'm actually going to turn up the ramp scatter just so it's a little bit more of a smooth and kind of gritty look. That's kind of cool. And now I'm going to go to glossy tits. And I'm going to hit T for the opacity. And I'm going to turn it down. Let's just turn it to right about right there. That looks pretty cool. So that alone is a nice modern kind of glossy look. And what else can we do to kind of spice this up? I mean, there's so much. We could add a lens flare on the side. Let's do that. New, solid. And let's just call this lens flare. Hit OK. And then we're going to go to, and by the way, I'm going to use Video Copilot here, guys. It's paid, so yeah, just make sure that you go buy that or whatever. Yeah, drag and drop optical flares on. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to go screen. If you don't have these blending modes, you can hit F4. See that? And then we're going to go to screen. And now you can actually, well, you can't see it right now, but if you select it, this is where it's at. You see that? Oh, there she blows. Yay. And let's actually get a better flare than this. That's ugly. So let's go to Pro Presets. Look at all these awesome flares. I really recommend getting this. This alone just, it pays for itself, really. You guys always ask me, how do I make money off this? Guys, go ask people like who need videos done. So many people want commercials. They want, nice titles. They want all this stuff, websites, everything like that. Go create intros. Use the tools I'm teaching you to go out and make money. Like, I don't know how else to tell you guys this, but just do it. It's Nike, guys. Go do it. All right. I'm gonna get off my soapbox now, but yeah. I mean, you could put this behind everything, and that doesn't look good. Let's put it right here. No. Now you can't even see it though. Oh, whoops. I'll put it on top of everything. Why does it keep doing that? I'm selecting the thing. Lens flare. Optical flares. Boom. Okay. So I'm going to put this to the right. Maybe under it. No. Above it. Yeah. And what we could do, what actually might look kind of cool for an intro, is have it blank, right? So this stuff, we're going to animate all this. Actually, let's put all this into a composition. So click Glossy Tits, and then hold Shift and click Reflection. We're going to go up to Layer, and we're going to pre-compose it, and we're going to call this text. Hit OK. And now we can create a mask. Let's just create a nice rectangular tool. And with the text composition selected, let's create a nice mask. And now we can animate that mask. So we have a 6-second intro we can work with. So it'll fade in at about maybe, we'll have a nice 1-second fade in. So then at 1 second, let's animate the mask. So let's drop it down. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to 1 second, and we're going to toggle the mask path. And I'm actually going to turn up the feather a little bit, maybe to like 80 pixels. That's fine. And let's grab the move tool and move forward. So let's have the lens flare come down and reveal this text over a period of 1 second. So right about here is where we want the animation to end. So let's click and drag this down all the way to the bottom. Actually, maybe to like right here. Let's actually bring that up a little bit so it's not so fast. Okay, so now, you know what you're thinking. Eli, this is boring. Okay, just cool your jets, bro. Cool your jets. Now let's go do the lens flare, and here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to where the animation starts, right about here. We're going to go up to, let's just toggle the brightness, the position, and that should be pretty good. So let's actually make the brightness 0 right now, so we can actually see. Optical flare, where's the flare at? There she is. Okay, so let's bring her up. Wait, that's not it. It's up here. So what is that? I don't even know what that is. Whatever. Okay. So we're going to move forward to right about 10 seconds, and we can kind of just follow this. So it actually kind of starts right about there. So let's move this down to right about here. And then move forward, and she goes right about there. And then move forward, she keeps heading down to the very end, where we'll keep it down here. Okay, so now it kind of follows the animation that happens right here. So now let's mess with the brightness. So here's the brightness right here. Let's actually bring this down so we can see more of the options. You can see the keyframes that I messed with before. Well, I'm not really explaining too much. I'm sorry, you guys. It's just I'm creating this. It's very tough for me to be creative and explain. Maybe I shouldn't do these anymore. I'm very sorry. I'm not as good as Brandon at this. He usually does a pretty good job at this. So right about here, let's turn the brightness up. It's a little intense, I think, but whatever. So it starts with I actually don't really like this so far. I don't like how far it is over, so maybe if we actually have it on top of it, that might look kind of cool. Bring up the scale too. Might be kind of cool, just a little bit. So let's mess with this. Let's have this down here. I'm just messing with the keyframes now, guys. I mean, be creative. Be yourself and be creative. Right about there looks cool. I'll move forward and bring it right about here. And by the time it's out, let's just bring it all the way down and out of the frame. So then it's just that. So that's much cooler. Okay. So we got to toggle the brightness now. So let's actually make the brightness 0 right here. It comes on. So boom, brightness turns on and it starts moving down. Awesome. Awesome possum. So then right about here is where it should start dying down. So let's actually toggle the keyframe right here and then move down to where the animation ends, and we will bring it back down to 0. Now let's actually bring the work area in so that it doesn't render the whole entire thing. I'm going to pre-render this, guys, just so I can see how my animation turned out. So I'm going to hit 0 on the numeric keypad. I'm going to just check out what I just created. So it's not too bad. It's kind of it's kind of weird looking there at the end. I don't like how it turns out in the end, though. It like shoots way too fast. So let's actually try that now. Maybe I should just do one fluid animation. Maybe that would be better. One just really fluid animation. So let's delete all that. Let's keep this how it is. And just see if it even matches up. It doesn't match up, so I need to move this closer over here. No. It's too fast. So if I bring the animation up. Is it following it better? Let's actually have it fade out by then. Let's see it now. Hit 0. Just check out the animation. That's much more clean. Awesome. Doesn't last that long though, so that's what she said. So let's actually go down to here. Guys, this is all extra too. If you guys don't want to watch this, I completely understand. It won't hurt my feelings. Let's go out. I kind of already taught you guys the effect, so if that's all you were here for, well, happy birthday. Let's go to 20 frames. Let's go back up to here to the flare settings. Okay, so I'm just trying to make it last longer because it was kind of boring. So there's the animation. We'll have it last longer. I mean, only a little longer. Let's just see how that looks now. Yeah, now it's too fast. Okay. So to make it slower, we gotta drag her out. Hit 0 again. Okay. That actually looks really good. Now hit 0. Cool. That's pretty interesting. Alright, so the final thing I'm actually going to do, let's close up all these, is it's lacking some motion. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go new. I'm going to do a new camera. I'm going to just call it camera 1. But I'm going to delete that because I don't like the name camera 1. I'm just going to call it camera. Okay, so let's make this 3D. It's the main thing that we need to make 3D. And here's what we're going to do. We're just going to put a very slight zoom. Normally I create a null object, but since this is such a simple animation, I'm just going to keep it the way it is. So I'm going to expand all of this. I'm going to go to the very beginning. And I'm actually going to check out where it's at. Let's just see what happens when we... Okay, so let's zoom out. And we're going to keep it right about there. Okay, we're going to drag to the front. We're going to toggle the keyframe. We're going to go to the very end. Then we're going to zoom in to where we want it to end. I'd love it to end right about there. That looks good to me. So now it just does a very, subtle zoom the entire time. And you can even put a nice tilt onto if you want. So, it starts nice and straight, and then it gets just a very slight, very, very, very slight. Not that much. Let's put a 1 tilt on. And that's just, I'm just hitting 0 to check out what we just created there, guys. Let's see. Doesn't look like it's animating that tilt. So what did we do wrong here? 0. Well, I guess it is. Interesting. Okay. I don't know if you guys like the tilt. I kind of don't. But I guess it adds a little bit more life. I don't like it. I'm actually going to put that back and then untoggle that just in case. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep a nice subtle zoom, and I might hit Alt and just put a very slight wiggle on, just because wiggle always adds a little bit of character to your animations. So I'm gonna type in maybe a 0.5 wiggle, comma, let's do 8. I want it to be very, very slight. And let's see how that turns out. I just keep hitting 0. That's how you guys check full quality renders of your project within After Effects. You just hit 0. It's called pre-rendering. Sometimes it takes a little while, but it's worth it. So how is this turning out? I don't even see it doing anything. Yeah, I don't see it moving the camera at all. Maybe just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit, which is really all we really wanted. So it's looking good. And then the very, very last thing I want to do. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I dragged and dropped a file into After Effects and it crashed it. So I just kind of restarted. And real quick, I want to show you guys how to save. I had to bring up a different pre-saved file. It was what is it called? Autosave. I can't brain fart, But here's how you guys save. Control S. I don't know why I didn't show you guys this first. That's probably the most important thing in After Effects. Saving all the time. You do a cool effect, you save it, because you could lose everything. Luckily, I had an autosave, but yeah, always save it. So let's just call this, cool beans. Save. Okay, so now if it crashes again for no reason at all, I mean, it's just a little 3.8 megabyte file, and it's from Video Copilot, by the way. Go check them out. They're awesome. This is the Evolution DVD, and it's just pre-made particles. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. So now I'm going to drag and drop them in, and I'm going to drag them more towards the middle. Since it doesn't fill the whole thing out and I'm lazy, I'm not going to go and stretch it out. I'm actually just going to fade it in and out. So let's call this particles. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to hit T with particles. We're going to go to the very front, toggle the opacity. We're going to drop it down to 0. We're going to go about to 2 seconds, bring it all the way up. Then we're going to go to about 4 seconds. We're going to hit the keyframe again, move to the very end, and bring it down to 0. So, very slight animation here. There they are. So, yeah, let's actually do an overlay. Or, I mean, you could do really anything you want. You can just mess with them and such. Maybe color dodge looks pretty cool. Yeah, I like color dodge. Alright, so let's actually give the particles a little bit of life. Let's generate, actually let's stylize glow. Cool, so let's bring it up. Oh, no. Glow radius, we'll keep it civilized here. Where was it? I don't like where this is going. I can't even see the glow anymore, so I'm actually just going to reapply the glow. And that looks pretty good to me, I guess. Just the default, since it was being kind of strange. The intensity. Let's turn that up. Cool. And with that, we can actually probably also put a nice generate fill on top of them. So let's change the color to like a yellow. See how that goes. Yeah, that adds a little bit of contrast too, like some yellow lights with it. It's kind of cool looking. So let's hit 0 and see what we've created so far. Alright guys, here is what we created together, and I will put this at the very end of the video 3 times so you guys can see it in full quality and not just, you know, this little tiny box down here. So yeah, I don't know how to thank you guys enough. You guys give us so much support, and you guys always have the nicest things to say for us. So we try to make you guys a lot of videos. If you guys want to check us out some more, go to Check It Gaming, and we're putting up a new Minecraft video tonight. So go check that out. And yeah, once again, you guys, thank you so much. We love you guys with all our heart. We have the best subscribers on YouTube. And yeah, so give the video a like if you want. I don't care. I mean, it'd be nice. It helps us out. But if you don't want to, then don't do it. But if you want to favorite and share it and such, I mean, I would love it. It'd be the best Valentine's gift ever, since I didn't have a Valentine's gift. Whatever. Okay, so anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week for Effects Friday. And stay tuned for Brandon's video on Tuesday. So, see you guys later. Peace.